your character developed? I think vocally my accent has got much better because I've spent kind of a couple more weeks speaking as an American, and I've looked at YouTube videos that help with American accents because I wasn't as comfortable with it as soon as we decided I was going to be American. So I think my pronunciation of some words has got much better, although there is still much work to do. I'm much more comfortable speaking as American, and I don't feel like I'll slip out of the American accent to an English accent, because I'm so used to saying it now in rehearsals. I also think that because I'm learning my lines, I'm not worried that I'm going to mess up, and I think because I don't need to worry about my lines anymore, I can just focus on my movement and my hand gestures more, which is really important for Captain Cuttle because he has to because I'm quite skinny and weedy, and I think it would be funny to try and persuade everyone that I'm this big character that I think I am. I'm really fierce and everybody's scared of me when really no one's really scared of me. And so I think with that in mind, I'm making sure that I'm never slipping out of that strong posture with kind of normally my hands on my hips and my back really arched to the point where it looks a little bit stupid. And also because I'm not worried, because I know my lines, I'm not worried about messing up, but if I do, then I feel like I can improv. And also when other people are speaking, I do feel like I'm making more conversations with Fish. For example, during the scene where Dick Whittington arrives, and or just before Dick Whittington arrives, the song Hello comes on, and I'm just speaking to Fish a lot, and normally when something big happens on stage I react to Fish and look really confused, so it just looks like so I feel good that I'm not just standing there, I'm actually trying to communicate with other people to make the scene a lot more naturalistic. What performance techniques have you used during the rehearsal process? What is the result of this? I think mainly I've used my body language and movement. As I've said before, I'm trying to keep my posture upright and look really confident, and try to look bigger than I actually am, as if I have more authority, but really the other characters don't pay much attention to what I have to say. And also movement, I've thought about what I can do at the back of the stage when I'm not speaking at all. For example, when the dames come in and talk about when the dames burst in and talk about rats, and me and Fish have conversations and I'm just thinking about what to say, and I imagine him to be quite afraid of rats, just because, which I find quite funny because he's supposed to be quite tough, but really he's afraid of furry animals. So I'm just trying to show the audience that I do speak to Fish a lot of the time and I'm with him all the time. And also when me, Fish and Fitzwarren are trying to get the boat ready to take off, I'm just acting as if I'm doing everything, but really I'm not doing anything. So I'm just holding rope and then dropping it, and then I'm showing Fish how to mop, how there's different techniques, and then Fish just doesn't understand. So it's all about kind of just building the relationships when other people aren't speaking, because otherwise it wouldn't look like my character if I was just standing there and not talking to anyone. So it kind of creates a bit of atmosphere and especially when we're trying to get the boat ready, because it kind of like it sets the scene that it's a little bit chaotic before we actually leave the city. Action plan for next lesson. My first action plan would be to open up to the audience a bit more. So I think my audience awareness needs to be improved, because we've probably been doing it on stage without much audience. We only had like the teacher. So, and I think especially in the drill scene, my back is normally turned to align with Dick Whittington, the dames and the fish, and I'm actually ignoring the audience that's on the left side of the stage. So I think I need to open up a bit more and kind of always involve them, because I think Captain Cuttle is like a character who wants to get the audience involved as much as possible, because he's quite warm. It's kind of like Jack, who's the main audience entertainer. My second action plan would be to learn the timings for the sailor medley, because at the start, when we're split into two groups at the top, at either end of the stairs, at the top of the stairs, sometimes I come in too early or late, sometimes Liam comes too early or late, and then it kind of wrecks the line that we create in the end. And so I think we need to just keep going through it and ask the guy who's in charge of the music to play it, and then we just keep running through it until we all meet in a line at the same time. And then we also need to practice like the marching, because sometimes like we start on different legs, or some of us go too fast, or like we're just not in unison. So we need to make it a lot cleaner before the show.